like you. Be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
The night after Dior Fashion Week 2025 was unusually calm in Paris. The city's heartbeat had slowed, the champagne glasses were emptied, and the cameras had stopped flashing, but the world still seemed to hum quietly with one name, Park Jimin. He had walked the runway that evening with a kind of effortless grace that made the crowd forget to breathe. The soft elegance of his steps, the way the lights caught on his skin, and the quiet charisma he carried, all of it blended into something unforgettable. It wasn't just a fashion show. It was a moment, the kind that made people realize Jimin wasn't merely performing, he was living art. When the night ended, he returned to his hotel suite overlooking the Seine. The city outside glowed in gold and silver tones, the kind of beauty that felt almost lonely when witnessed alone. The clock neared midnight, just minutes away from March 13th, his birthday. Jimin sat by the window, still half-dressed in Dior's tailored perfection. His jacket hung over a chair, his hair a little messy now. The applause had faded, the reporters were gone, and the echo of his own heartbeat filled the room. For a moment he just watched the city breathe. His phone buzzed relentlessly on the table beside him. Messages poured in, from stylists, friends, and fans all over the world. Thousands of armies had already begun celebrating. Billboards lit up in Seoul, Tokyo, New York. Bridges glowed with his name. The entire world seemed to be saying, "Happy birthday, Jimin." And yet, as he scrolled through the messages, a small ache sat quietly in his chest. Gratitude, yes, but also longing. He missed the noise of dorm life. The laughter that used to fill late nights. The teasing, the shared meals, the chaos of 7 hearts beating in one rhythm. Most of all, he missed the quiet constants, the moments that weren't for cameras. The simple sound of Jungkook's voice. Because somehow, even through years of change, Jungkook had always known how to reach him, not through grand gestures, but through timing. It was almost midnight when the screen lit up again. A new notification. One name. Jimin's lips curved into a small smile. He opened the message. "Happy birthday, Hyung. I watched your Dior show. You were breathtaking. You always are." The corners of Jimin's eyes softened. He could almost hear Jungkook's voice saying it, low, sincere, maybe even shy. Before he could type a reply, another message appeared. "You don't even realize how many people find strength just by watching you smile. I'm one of them." Jimin exhaled softly, a laugh almost escaping him. Jungkook wasn't usually the type to say things like that, not directly. He could sing 1,000 words of affection on stage but often stumbled when saying them in person. That's why this message hit deeper. It wasn't poetic. It wasn't rehearsed. It was real. He stared at the screen for a long moment before typing back. "Thank you, Jungkook. I saw your message. You always know how to make me smile." Almost immediately, the typing bubble appeared. "That's my job, isn't it?" Jimin chuckled. He could imagine Jungkook saying that with that teasing grin, pretending to joke, but with truth tucked inside the words. He replied, "You're too sweet tonight." "Only for you, Hyung," Jungkook sent back. "Because it's your day." There was a pause, then a new message popped up, a photo attachment. It was a candid picture. Jimin blinked. It was from years ago. He recognized the old studio couch. He had fallen asleep in his practice clothes, head resting on a pillow, and someone had draped a blanket over him. The dim light made the scene look almost dreamlike. Underneath, Jungkook had written, "You worked so hard that night. I never told you, but I was proud of you. I still am." For a moment, Jimin couldn't move. The quiet of the room pressed in. He remembered that night vividly, the exhaustion, the frustration with choreography that wouldn't click, and the way Jungkook had stayed late just to keep him company, singing softly from the corner of the studio. He swallowed hard, typing slowly. "You're making me emotional, you know." "Good," Jungkook replied almost instantly. "It's your birthday. Feel everything. You deserve every light that shines for you." Jimin reread the message. The words glowed softly on his screen, gentle and sure. You deserve every light that shines for you. For someone like Jimin, who always put others first, who gave endlessly and rarely allowed himself to receive, those words landed like warmth in the cold. He set the phone down and looked out the window again. The Seine shimmered below, reflecting the city lights like stars scattered in water. Somewhere, a violin played faintly from a distant cafe. Paris was alive, but peaceful, and for the first time in a long while, Jimin felt still. Later, he posted a quiet Instagram story, just the skyline, captioned, "Thank you for the love. I feel it truly." There were no names. But in the reflection of the glass, fans would later notice a tattooed hand holding a cup beside him. Speculation flooded timelines, but Jimin didn't read any of it. Because a few hours later, Jungkook posted too. A black screen. A single white heart. One word. Always. It was enough. The next morning, sunlight poured through the curtains like liquid gold. Jimin woke up to more messages, from family, staff, and the other members. Yet his eyes drifted, inevitably, to the one thread pinned at the top of his chat list. He scrolled back through Jungkook's words again, slow, as if rereading a favorite book. You don't even realize how many people find strength just by watching you smile. I'm one of them. He smiled softly, sipping his coffee. The aroma filled the room, blending with the faint hum of the city below. Somewhere in Seoul, Jungkook was probably just waking up, maybe making his own coffee, maybe thinking the same thing. The day went on. Interviews, photos, laughter with the Dior team, all a blur of motion and celebration. But every so often, Jimin's mind wandered back to those messages. They lingered quietly in his chest, like a melody that wouldn't fade. That evening, after all the noise settled again, he typed another message. "Thank you for remembering. For always checking in. I don't say this enough, but I'm really grateful for you." The reply came within seconds. "Don't thank me. Just promise to smile again tomorrow." Jimin's lips curved into that soft, real smile, the one that never needed cameras. Later that night, he sat on the edge of his bed, scrolling through old photos. Tours. Rehearsals. Birthdays. Little snapshots of life. Jungkook was there in most of them, sometimes just a blur, sometimes laughing in the background, sometimes beside him, shoulder to shoulder. There was a photo from their trainee days, sweaty, tired, messy-haired, and Jimin lingered on it. How far they'd come. How much had changed. Yet somehow, that bond remained untouched by time. He whispered to himself, almost unconsciously, "You always know how to find me." The city outside had quieted again. The Seine reflected the moonlight now, silver and still. His phone buzzed one last time. A new message. "Wherever you are, Hyung, I hope you know you're loved. Not just today. Always." Jimin read it, his vision blurring for a second. He didn't reply. Not because he didn't want to, but because there was nothing left to add. He set the phone beside him and leaned back against the pillows, a peaceful smile resting on his lips. The hum of Paris faded into a soft lullaby. Outside, the lights of the city shimmered like 1,000 quiet wishes. Inside, Jimin drifted to sleep knowing that somewhere, across miles, across schedules and time zones, someone was thinking of him too. Not as the global Dior muse. Not as a star seen by millions. But as Jimin. And maybe that was the most beautiful gift of all. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to be constant. And Jungkook always was. Boys.